spent 19 years with University of Wisconsin Extension as an instructional design and technology specialist, heavy on the technology specialist part. And prior to joining eXtension and co-developing this curriculum, I would think of innovation as, well, just add technology, right? and that becomes innovative. But there's really so much more to innovation than just adding technology. And quite frankly, sometimes technology is not the most innovative part of what we do, okay? It may be for efficiency or things like that, but I think, especially since now we have everyone working, or just about everyone working remotely, you can see sometimes technology gets in the way as opposed to being innovative, right? So there are three things to talk about in relation to innovation. So we have 10 types of innovation to share with you, as well as a way to perhaps measure how innovative something is. And then the change formula, which can help you determine, is the world ready for this? You know, is my community ready for that? So going, the first part, the Doblin 10 types of innovation. Now, Doblin is it comes out of Deloitte Touche, which is a business consulting firm. And they came up with the Doblin 10 types of innovation for business, and we have modified it for cooperative extension community development work. So they come into three main areas: configuration, offering, or experience. Okay, so as my technology example of adding technology would fall into that experience, and probably how you deliver your offerings, you know, going from face-to-face to online would be an example there. And this particular series, we typically have done it face-to-face. This is only the second time that we've ever done it virtually. And we all know why that's happening now, right? But actually, even before COVID hit us all, we at eXtension decided that, you know what, we can reach more folks if we do this virtually. So that's why it's the second time, and the first time was pre-COVID. How you generate funding, so maybe funding sources, things like that, would be in that configuration type of innovation. And let's see, how you distinguish develop distinguishing features of your programs or projects. So it might be highlighting something within your program or project that is what we call the wow. What makes it compelling and different than others that do it similarly? So that would be in that offering thing. And you can see all of the different types there. Let's see, and if we go on to the next piece, this is the innovation matrix. And the innovation matrix is how you measure innovation. And it really goes part and parcel with the types of innovation, but it also goes in with how we do our work in cooperative extension. So looking at the different quadrants here, let me unpack this a little. So in the lower left is status quo, right? You are working with an existing audience, with an existing program or project in the way that it has been done in the past, right? Status quo. Nothing wrong with status quo. Sometimes because of what the expectations within our community are, we need to have things that are in the status quo quadrant. But then we start out expanding a little bit more, right? So going to the right, if you add in maybe teaching the same thing, the program or project that you have been doing, but expanding to a new audience, right? That would be expanding access, right? Or maybe you're going to add a new approach or a method, right? So back to those Doblin 10 types. So now maybe moving it online would be a way of having a new approach or method to, both expands access and expands the resources that you're doing. Going back to status quo and up to incremental innovation, and really both incremental innovation and expanding access or resources are both incremental, but it's really on the direction that you go. So maybe you're going to work with your existing audience, but you want to pilot or try out a new program or project with them. So that's incremental going up. Combining new program and project with either new audience or approach or a method pulls us into the upper right-hand quadrant, which is the breakthrough innovation. So it's that combination that is the whoa, right? And we may say, oh, we always want to reach for that breakthrough innovation, but the arrows really tell us how it happens. And that is through incremental innovations. So that trying out and making smaller changes, and then we can have combine them for that breakthrough. It's pretty tough to go straight from status quo to breakthrough. It can be done, but really most of us do it through the way the arrows go. Okay. All right, so then putting it all together, and this one is a little hard to read. It's right out of your workbook, so you can see it, and that is the different Doblin 10 types and which quadrant they are most likely to live in. Okay, and I'm not going to read through these, but it gives you a nice reference for that. So I've been talking a lot without a whole lot of, thank you, Ashley. Page 16 is where this one comes from. And this whole idea of different types of innovation and, moving through the incremental innovations to breakthrough innovation and the different types. I just want to take a moment to check in and see if there are any questions or thoughts before we do a quick, what we call brain break, okay, because this is pretty heady stuff. Any aha moments thinking about these different types of innovations? Go ahead and put them in the chat.